guys, what's up? I'm about to make another video, you know, giving you something that is very important. And what I want to give you is something that is more or less to do with what I was talking about yesterday. And colonial mentality is with us, and we have to get rid of it. How to get rid of this colonial mentality is to try to decongest our minds with what is necessary, unnecessary things, and like for instance, now engage with people that don't matter to us anymore. That is the first number one. Number two is to try to familiarize yourself with the culture and where you come from and what belongs to you. Once you get into that state, definitely everything else is going to, succumb to your pressure and demands. And for that matter, I'm very specific to this issue of we as African people, how we are brainwashed, and that thing, how it has entrenched itself into our societies, and in particular where we come from, and some of the family, members are a victim of this narrative I was trying to highlight about yesterday. And it happened so fast that very few will perceive or look at this from my perspective, what I was expecting or what I'm expecting, because I really expect a lot from those people who are willing to understand my worry, my view, my expectation, my expandability. Those things we need to look at them in another way, because we have been under siege for so long, and looking upon other people for survival, looking upon other people, to make things work on our side is not going to be a narrative I'm willing to buy in the next future. So we need to come up with a solution, and the solution is me and you. And being me and you is to identify our core, our mandates. What are we supposed to do in order for things to work towards our favor? Let me put this head correctly so that people can be able to see me. Anyway, thank you for watching the previous video. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for interacting with me. Thank you for giving me the support. I really appreciate it. I really feel like I have done something good, and it's really going well, because these are the ills and things we are going through in the society, and if we don't talk about them now, who else? This is the only chance we have to highlight about these things and try to give a narrative in another way that is going to make other people feel they are comfortable with us. And that is not something you can just do overnight. It will take time. And what I mean by saying it will take time, I mean it will take time to make that narrative be vital, make that narrative to be sold out to the community, to the people around you, to the people around us. And that is the only way we will win. So don't be a victim of being made to feel like you're down. You're not down. You still possess the greatest, opportunity. You still possess the greatest opportunities, the greatest strength, and that is not something to underrate. It is something to cherish. It might get hurt me there, and I will not let you down when it comes to exposing the evil where we are experiencing it or where we are seeing it, or when it comes to making you understand that we have a future, and this future belongs to us together, not for one person. It's for both of us, because we are the victim. So we need to appreciate ourselves and treat our brothers and sisters like they are the first priority in everything we want to do, because we cannot envy other people, yet we ourselves, we don't even know where we come from. We will look like we are lost, and that is what I'm trying to avoid as much as possible. Through avoiding this narrative of I belong to so and so's culture, I think that is the best thing, because you must push what is yours from one generation to another, and by doing so, then that means you have a chance to get there where you want to be within the shortest time possible. And that is my actual goal in this all podcast and podcasting I'm doing, with no intentions of hurting, but intentions of building, being constructive, because that is actually what everyone is looking for. So I'm trying to give you that narrative in such a way so that you can digest it slowly and come up with a conclusive, very ambition. That will build you and feel this guy was telling me the right thing. I did my resource, I did my research, and actually what he's talking about is balancing with what I see, because if the ground is totally different, and if you really buy the narrative, then you can be able to be practical. You come to Kenya, if you are not like me in color, you'll be treated in a special exclusive way. If you go to South Africa, you'll be treated equally. They don't care. You go to Zimbabwe, it's the same thing. Angola and no, Namibia. So they have the same similar custom. They don't. Everybody is equal. But in Kenya, I told you there's a problem, and that problem we have to deal with it, because that multifaceted exposure is making Kenyans to feel like abroad is more important than home. Abroad is more advanced than home. They don't believe in themselves. No, you understand? Unlike in the southern hemisphere. These are some of the things you experience when you travel. If you don't travel, you just think that you are the best, or you just think this is the way it is. Like now, telling me that you want to marry a Mzungu. What is a Mzungu to me? I saw them sleeping on the street in America. I saw them sleeping on the street in South Africa. I saw them sleeping on the street in UK. They don't have what you think they have. You understand? So you need to change or believing that they have money. They don't. They don't. If there are places where it is very difficult to get rich is Europe, because every money that comes in is taxed and it must have a source. So the source is registered. So there's no way you have illicit money into the system. It's very difficult. It's almost impossible. Like here in Africa. So we need to expose these things and talk about them. Anyway, hit that subscription button, like the video, share, and comment. Bye. Have a good day.